Welcome to episode 3 of the 0 to 20K challenge. Last week we found $533 in profit. We found $1,548 in sales. We have a bunch of new ASINs that we can be on the lookout for, and so we're going to start by checking to see if these items are in stock to resell for a higher price on Amazon. So we're looking through our links. We're looking to find this Olay for $31 so that we can make a $12 profit. This is a little bit too high, but I would go ahead and send that person an offer. So we have this listing right here. We're looking for this at $56 so that we can sell it at $100 and make $22 profit. We found this one on eBay, and this is going to be the type of listing that we probably would not want to be purchasing. This will probably end up giving us problems. They really kind of just have a stock photo. They have one picture. We don't know if it includes the box. We don't know if it includes all the accessories. They're saying it's new, they have multiple quantity. A lot of these are gonna be signs that you might just get the unit only and it's not gonna be new like you expected. It might be incomplete. So this is one that I would pass up on, even though this is $40 instead of even the $56 that we were looking for. This is just gonna be a riskier purchase. So we're done our check. We ended up not being able to find anything so far. We have a good maybe 10, 15 leads here, and some of them here were already fully in stock. So still the plan right now is to add more ASINs to our catalog. That way we can be on the lookout for more and more things to sell on Amazon. So basically the plan right now is we're gonna look at the stuff that we have purchased. We're gonna try to find similar things to these, and we're also gonna take a look at the ideas that we have here, find similar things to those. We're gonna put a bunch of links underneath each one of these ideas. That way we can go and bulk do a bunch of research and find some profitable leads from there. So I think our best direction to go is to look through the brand InSinkErator and see what other listings there are of this brand. Also, the LiftMaker brand, that seemed like a really good brand. And then the Chamberlain brand. We want to take a look and see what other model numbers, what other types of items are in all three of these brands. We're basically going to be opening up a bunch of pages and just kind of confirming that the items sell well and for a good enough price. We probably don't want to be selling items that are under $30 just because of eBay shipping and all that. But yeah, we're just going to put a bunch of ideas in here, and then eventually we are going to refine those ideas. And just a reminder why we would be looking into these specific brands. In week 1, we ended up finding 4 of these to sell, buying at $40, selling at $91, making $28 profit each, for 72% ROI. That is definitely a lead that we would like more of. And then we also found these Chamberlain garage door hubs, planning on selling them for $57 at a cost of goods of $25, making $17 profit each, and purchasing 4 of these. So this is the reason why I would like to go more into this direction. And also, if you are just tuning in and haven't seen episode 1 and 2, basically this is a challenge where we are trying to build up to a $20,000 a month revenue on Amazon FBA. Unfortunately, I can't start another store, but what we are considering is we are going to be purchasing these items, and then we are accounting for 2 weeks inbound to FBA and then 2 weeks to sell these items. 4 weeks after the purchase, we are going to be counting this as sold. Let's see if we can find more ideas to sell on Amazon FBA. So first thing, searching these InSinkErators, I came across a lot of these garbage disposals. So my very first instinct was, I don't want to sell that. They sell fast, but they're like 15 pounds. I don't want to do that. I mean, if you go to eBay and you search for these types of items, they do come in a box, and so just the fact that it's in a box makes it a lot easier to ship and to deal with. So we might consider selling some of these types of items. There's going to be competition that won't want to sell these items because they're bigger. All of these listings here absolutely fly, like they sell very quickly. So I think definitely we will take a look into them. It will be a trick to see if we can find them profitably though, because when things are bigger like this, they often are more expensive to ship, and therefore sometimes the margin can't be as good. So we'll see about this. So we looked through the InSinkErator brand and we found a bunch of different items here. We have a bunch of different garbage disposals. We have some sink systems. Probably the things that I'm most excited about are these button dual outlet switches. These are just a bit smaller. These are more like 1.5 pounds instead of like 15, 20 pounds. They still sell relatively quickly. And so I think they're going to be lighter, and there's going to be a higher chance that eBay sellers are going to sell these for a lot less. But we're not going to discount the garbage disposals yet. We'll do some deeper research here and see what we can find after we look and see what could be the possibilities in LiftMaker and Chamberlain. So I ended up looking at the brand LiftMaster and Chamberlain, and then I went through all of the links that I found and basically eliminated the ones where I felt like I wasn't going to be able to find them profitably. Unfortunately, I ended up eliminating a lot of them. It feels like a lot of them I'm not actually going to be able to find, but we do have this ASIN and this ASIN as well. So this one is the LiftMaster 893 Max. And this one sells for around $35, but on eBay it looked like they were sold around our profitable price. And then this one is the LiftMaster LMRRUL Reflective Photo Eye, and this one sells for a lot more money. And on eBay it also looks like there are some solds in that $115 to $130 range where we can make a profit on these. Unfortunately, we don't have as many leads as we thought we were going to have, but we do have 2 solid leads that we could add to our replenishable list that we can be on the lookout for. So we checked all those leads. We ended up finding that one big purchase and the one smaller purchase, and we're gonna go ahead and from here try to add more ASINs to our replenishable sheet. That way we have even more to be finding. The way that we're gonna go about this today is we're gonna storefront stock the people who we found the leads of before. So if you don't know what storefront stocking is, basically it's where you go through an Amazon seller store, because you can click into their store and kind of see what they are selling. And these are people who probably have gotten the items from eBay or other sites like it, and we can potentially find other things to sell on Amazon like that. So I'm gonna do storefront stocking a little bit differently today. We're gonna start from an Amazon seller, but instead of finding an ASIN and then analyzing everything and then kind of going slow like that, we're just going to look at people's storefronts, take the leads that we think might have potential, we're gonna put them all in the document, and we're just gonna research a bunch of them at one time. That way we can kind of just rapid fire through this and try to expand what we have in our document quickly. So we're going to this one because I have a good feeling people are kind of picking these off of eBay, trying to get them quickly at the right price. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at prime sellers. So somebody like this who has 830 of them probably isn't an eBay to Amazon seller. Like, getting 830 of them probably is going to be very difficult to do eBay to Amazon. We also probably want someone who doesn't have as much feedback as this guy. So we'll take a look and see if we can find anybody who kind of meets that criteria. I mean, this person, it looks like they sell a lot of garage door parts. So maybe we'll take a quick look in this store. And we can also use Seller Amp as well to click into their store from here. So where were they? Garage door parts. Yeah, that guy. So let's click in here. So potentially that could be something. This is probably a little low. This is like just barely too low. But I mean, it is very non-expensive. So we'll go ahead and give it a go. That's probably too cheap for us. Probably too cheap for us. Looks like it sells fast, around 50 bucks. So there's just a ton of items that are very similar to the one that we just purchased profitably, and so kind of going into somebody's storefront that's very similar to that could yield some pretty good results. That way we can do our research quickly and together. The 2-packs just seem like a pain to do, and there's probably money there, but for this challenge, we're probably not going to do the 2-packs like this. This guy is definitely very dedicated to his garage parts, that's for sure. Very dedicated. So the cool thing about eBay to Amazon is that you basically need to confirm that the listings that you're looking at, they sell well. And then there is a possibility that you can get them for the right price. You just have to actually check eBay to see, is this item gonna sell for the right price where I can get it profitably? So that's why I'm able to open a lot of these links, because there is a decent chance that these items could be selling well. And I'm finding that there's a lot of very similar model numbers with these LiftMaster garage door openers, so there's probably a ton of different items that we could be on the lookout for. So from this search so far, I'm seeing that Genie is a brand. I'm seeing that, what was the brand? Stanley is another brand. This Maratech is another brand. There's kind of a lot of brands that we can be on the lookout for. So now we have a bunch of different links that we can do a bunch of research on very quickly, mostly garage door openers, and some of them, the average price of these is probably around 40, 50 bucks. There were a couple of them that were more like 200 bucks, so I'm curious to see what we end up finding here. So we're going through the links and we ended up finding this LiftMaster garage door opener, and this one sells for around $37, and it looks like they were sold in our right range. So we'll keep this on the replenishable sheet. And then we also found this LiftMaster wireless keypad appliance, and this sells for more like $239, and it looks like it's very consistent at this price for the last 6 months. Could go even higher, and they're also sold within the range that we would need to purchase this at. So we are going to have this on the replenishable sheet. We looked through a lot of other ones, and we ended up finding this one. This one, we see in the title, it's literally just LiftMaster garage door opener. Very, very vague. And so you can kind of have no clue what the model number is going to be. But we went ahead and searched the model number, and it shows up down here, 8877 Max. And on eBay, we're finding that there's probably some solds. We took a look at some of the solds. A lot of them are kind of generic or open box, but there were a few that were around the $25 that we needed, and like this one was even $21. So this is definitely something that we would have on our replenishable sheet. So after looking through a bunch of different LiftMaster garage door mounts, I'm starting to realize that this isn't really my cup of tea. First of all, in the solds, we're seeing a bunch of listings where people were selling things that are compatible or fakes, basically. And basically, in order to be able to find these profitably, you basically have to scroll through a bunch of different ones like these that they're not even picturing the box. And then every very once in a while, you find something that actually has the box. So this type of stuff isn't really what we're looking for. Like sometimes there's listings like this, which is going to be really good. But for the most part, it's these random listings, and so we're probably going to end up going in a different direction here. So in total, we ended up finding 4 different things that we could be on the lookout for. This LiftMaster here, this more expensive LiftMaster here, $239. We have this one here that had a weird model number, and then we also have this one here that looks like it has some potential. So we'll be on the lookout for those. We'll fill out all the information, and then we're gonna decide what new direction to take this. So I filled out all the information for the items that we found, and while I was doing that, I decided that I think it would be best to try storefront stocking again, but on different items that are a little bit higher priced. I think we were storefront stocking off an item that was like $35, and so we ended up finding a lot of $20 to $50 items, and we would rather find some more expensive items, so we're gonna storefront stock off some other sellers' stores. So I spent some time researching and I ended up finding these leads here. These ones seem to have a lot more potential, and this one, for example, this InSinkErator garbage disposal, this one seems like it would sell for around $350, and actually we have one here for $224. We would need to actually be on the lookout for this at a cheaper price or message this guy and try and get a discount. It's pretty close. It's not quite there, but that would be $40 profit, 18% ROI. We're not going to purchase. We're going to hold off and try and check for new listings of this to come on the market. But yeah, we have a bunch of different ASINs here. I think these are going to really help us in the long run of being able to check and find things profitably. So success there. So we're actually going to do a check of all the things that we have out of stock here and see if we can find any of these at a profitable price. Here's a lead that looks super sketchy to me that I probably would not buy. So this one is an InSinkErator magnetic stopper for the sink, and we go to the keep a graph here and we see this pattern of one person being on the listing and people just not staying on the listing very long, specifically this bottom part here. And then we also go to the buy box statistics. He has 100% of the buy box. Historical offers. This one guy has gotten all the sales within the last 30 days anyways. Offers tab is saying other people have gotten sales, but as far as this is just too risky of a purchase to really make. Very easily these people could be getting counterfeit claims. Potentially this person is the brand or is just sending counterfeit claims to people. But for whatever reason, we see the pattern over the last several years that there's really just been one person on this listing. And so for that reason, very sketchy listing to purchase from. So I decided to give Flipmine a go for sourcing, and we ended up finding this stealth cam. It looks like this goes anywhere between, at the very lowest, 65, but a majority of the time a lot higher than that. Right now it's at 115. I'm just gonna assume we're gonna sell at more like 97. I think that's a good midpoint. And we ended up finding this listing on eBay. 3 of them are available at $55. I would probably message this person to try to get more of a discount, but for the sake of the challenge, we're gonna say that we purchased these. $55 buy cost, $28 profit times 3, and 51% ROI. That's going to be a total of $292 in sales cent, $85 in profit cent, and $165 in cost of goods. So for the week so far, that puts us at $1,185 in sales cent, $293.69 in profit cent, and $679 in cost of goods. That should sell on week 7 according to our challenge. Let's see if we can find some more. So a lot of these Flipmine leads, I'm actually finding that something like this is happening where it'll have the Amazon link here and it'll be like a bulk listing, and then it'll show the eBay listing and it'll be like one part of the bulk. And so oftentimes there's a lot of mismatches here, but gotta just keep going through the items until you find something that actually matches. I was doing some sourcing and I clicked into this one. I think it's hilarious that this Plan B one-step emergency contraceptive is in the tools and home improvement category. It just cracks me up, but I'm restricted, so I can't sell this. All right, guys, it looks like we found an absolute banger. So this is an Optima projector. I was gated in it, but I was able to get ungated in it. We take a look at the Keep a Graph, and it shows that it's really been super out of stock since around April. And so since then, if we look at this, it's super been out of stock. Like news have been going in and out of stock since then. And then since around September, someone has come in and they've really been the only new seller on the listing, selling at $1,248. And so if we take a look at the offers tab and include historical offers, this guy has sold around 12 of these. He has sold 9 of these in the last 30 days, give or take. This is not exact, but this gives us a ballpark. And he has sold these at $1,248. And so if we were to come on the listing, just being as a more conservative estimate, we could probably sell around 6 of these a month. So stocking 3 of these would make sense. if we were to sell this at $12.48 and have a zero buy cost, we would get $1,000. And we did find a listing here where they have a lot of these available. And so what I would do in this situation, I would deal with this situation in a very specific way. But first of all, if we were to purchase this for $652.54, that would be a profit of $482, 73% ROI. And we could purchase the 3 of these that we want. So in total, that would be around $1,446 in profit sent, $3,744 in sales, and $1,957 in cost of goods. So the way that I would deal with this situation here is, number one, this does not have a picture of the item. And so what I would do is I would first of all send this guy a message and confirm that it is new in the box with all the parts completely new and in order there. And so when he responds to me, I would go ahead and purchase 3 of the items. I would make sure to keep a lot of tabs on this item, make sure it's sent to your house, not to a prep center. And then I would inspect the items very thoroughly to make sure that it's the right model number, it's the right condition, that everything is in order, and that these are gonna be in sellable condition to sell at that new price. And then if it is not in new condition and something is wrong with the order, you would have to leave and make sure that you get a return on this. And so you would start a return. If you had to, you would start an item not as described case to make sure that you get that return. And thankfully, eBay does have that policy and they side with buyers. And so you would make sure to keep solid tabs on this because you want to make sure that this works out and that nothing fishy is going on here. But it is worth, in my opinion, keeping tabs on something like this because it's going to be around $1,400 worth of potential profit right here. So I think this is worth a little bit more attention. So we went ahead and purchased this, and it's going to be $3,700 in sales, $1,400 in profit sent, and $1,957 in cost of goods. So for the week, this puts us at $4,929 in sales sent, $1,739 in profit sent, and $2,637 in cost of goods sent. According to the challenge, these will sell on week 7. Super happy with the progress that we made in this episode. We have a lot of items in stock that we are going to be able to restock when they sell out. We have a lot of items to be checking on a regular basis to find profitable items to sell on Amazon. And that is where we're going to wrap up the episode. If you haven't checked out episodes 1 and 2, they are on my channel and I think you're really going to like those. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day and take care.